Your voice has the power to change the world. That's
Yeah.
quite a statement, isn't it?
It really is. And it's the central theme from this global briefing report we're digging into today.
Right, from this international NGO called Peace.
Exactly. And what's striking is this isn't just some feel-good slogan for them. They've built a whole philosophy, a whole, potential roadmap around it.
So our mission today really is to unpack that, their vision, their philosophy, their actions.
And how they're kind of shaking up definitions of words like peace or even energy in ways you might not expect.
Okay, let's get into it. The core philosophy, according to their director, Kua Lian Kam, it seems to start with listening, really listening.
Yeah, listening to what they call the faintest vibrations, these quiet voices that often get ignored.
The idea being that these little ripples can actually grow into a huge wave for change.
It signals a real shift, moving away from top-down leadership towards partnership.
Fostering true coexistence, they say. Using communication to bridge divides language, culture, religion.
Acting as a bridge between nations, which sounds great, but then the question is how?
How do you actually do that on a global scale?
Yeah.
Amplify those quiet voices.
Well, that seems to be where their big initiative comes in, the Power of Voice media platform.
Ah, okay. So not just another news website then.
They claim not. They describe it as something new, an online space designed for neutral information from an independent perspective.
Okay, neutral and independent. A place where anyone can express themselves fairly, freely, respecting different views. That's the goal.
But the challenge is always how you guarantee that. Real neutrality, real respect in a world flooded with information.
That's the key question, isn't it?
It is. Their report talks about active curation, focusing on content that builds understanding, not just clicks or division.
So they're trying to build the infrastructure for those vibrations to actually become that wave, a trusted channel.
And this commitment to information, it kind of sets the stage for their even bigger ideas, doesn't it? Because they're not just rethinking communication.
No, they're going further. They're rethinking peace itself.
Which brings us to something they highlight as truly groundbreaking.
Right. They propose that culture and the arts, get this,
Yep.
are the only non-harmful form of energy.
The only one. Think about that.
It's a bold statement. And it leads straight into their definition of peace.
Which is not just, the absence of war.
No. They define peace as a state where all forms of energy reach every living person, ensuring that no place on Earth is left with zero energy.
Wow. So peace is about universal distribution of energy.
All kinds of energy, creativity, knowledge, resources, basic needs, everything.
If anywhere is left with zero energy, an energy desert, they call it,
Yeah.
then you don't have real peace.
It completely flips the script.
Absolutely. And they push this energy idea further, seeing it as something that circulates, not just something you use up.
Like CO2. We see it as waste, but they reframe it as potential energy to be harnessed.
Or even degraded soil. It stops being a carbon sink pulling CO2 out and actually emits it. It's all about energy balance or imbalance.
So environmental problems become energy problems too, in a way.
Exactly. Which leads to a different approach.
Moving from owning things to sharing them, from competition to co-creation.
And instead of just top-down aid, they talk about horizontal intervention.
Meaning?
Peer-to-peer collaboration. Nations, communities working together as equals, building bridges, sharing growth.
Not just managing problems from on high.
So it really challenges you, doesn't it, to think about peace not just as stopping bad things, but as ensuring the flow of good things, of energy everywhere.
And that tackling the big issues, like climate or population, might actually depend on this rethinking of energy as a circulating force, and maybe fostering cultural maturity.
It's a complex, interconnected view.
So maybe the final thought for you listening is,
Yeah.
How could you help eliminate these energy deserts in your world, your community?
Not just material energy, but that energy of voice, of culture, of information that peace talks about.
It makes you think about what energy truly means and how every voice, every contribution adds to that global balance they're aiming for.
And they're serious about it. They mention working with partners globally, planning things around the G20 summit in South Africa next year.
Definitely gives us a lot to chew on. A very different way of looking at the world.